A stranger paid for her meal. She never knew he was her real father. The afternoon sky was heavy with rain clouds when Maya stepped into the small restaurant by the corner of the street. Her clothes were a little wet from the drizzle, and her face looked tired. She walked slowly to a seat by the window and sat down, holding her bag close. It had been a hard week. She had lost her job 2 days ago, and her landlord had already started asking about the rent. She had just enough money for one proper meal, and she decided to use it today. Maybe, she thought, a warm plate of food would help her think clearly. She ordered a small plate of rice and stew and a cup of tea. As she waited, she stared outside, watching the raindrops fall like tiny stars on the glass. She thought about her mother, who had passed away a few years ago. Her mother had raised her alone. Maya never knew her father. Whenever she asked, her mother would just smile sadly and say, "He's somewhere far away." At the far end of the restaurant, a man in a brown coat sat quietly. He looked to be in his late 50s, with a gentle face and eyes that had seen too many years of regret. His name was Daniel. He hadn't planned to stop by the restaurant. He had only come in to escape the rain. But when he saw Maya, his heart nearly stopped. He recognized her immediately. The shape of her face, the way she moved, even the small mole near her eye, it was all too familiar. He had seen that same face in an old photograph he had carried for years, a picture of a baby girl wrapped in a pink blanket. His daughter. Daniel had lost everything a long time ago. His marriage had broken apart when he was young and foolish, and he never saw his daughter again. He had tried to find them, but life had pushed him from one struggle to another until the years passed like shadows. He often prayed for one thing, to see her again before he died. And now, by pure chance, she was sitting right in front of him. He watched her quietly as she bowed her head to say a small prayer before eating. Her lips trembled a little, as if she was fighting tears. When the waiter brought the bill, she reached into her bag and counted her money carefully. Her fingers shook. Daniel's throat tightened. He called the waiter softly. "Excuse me," he said, "please let me take care of her bill." The waiter blinked in surprise. "Are you sure, sir?" He nodded. "Yes. Don't tell her until I've left." A few minutes later, Maya finished her meal. It was simple but comforting. She felt a little better, at least for the moment. She waved at the waiter. "Can I get the bill, please?" The waiter smiled kindly. "It's been paid for, miss." Maya frowned. "Paid for? By who?" The waiter pointed toward the door. "That gentleman in the brown coat took care of it." She turned quickly, but the man was already gone. All she saw was the door swinging gently, and the sound of rain outside. Maya stood by the window, staring out. She could see the man walking slowly down the street, holding an old umbrella. Something about him felt strangely familiar, like a memory her heart remembered, even if her mind did not. She whispered to herself, "Thank you, whoever you are." Outside, Daniel stopped under a streetlight. He turned back and looked at the restaurant window where Maya stood. Even through the glass and the rain, he could see her clearly. He smiled, a sad but peaceful smile. He whispered, "You've grown so beautiful, my child." Tears filled his eyes, but he didn't wipe them away. He had seen her, that was enough for today. Someday, maybe, when the time was right, he would tell her the truth. But for now, he wanted her to live freely, without the pain of the past. As he walked away, the rain fell harder, washing over the streets like silver. Maya watched until he disappeared into the mist. Then she sat down again, holding her warm cup of tea, feeling something she hadn't felt in a long time, a quiet kind of love that had no name. She didn't know that the stranger who paid for her meal had given her more than kindness. He had given her a piece of her own story, one she didn't even know was missing.